Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Ding dong, ding a dong ding. Come on, everybody, join in. Ding dong, ding a dong ding. The party is about to begin. There's games to play and songs to sing, so let the music start to swing. Ding dong, ding a dong ding. Come on, everybody, join in. Ding dong, ding a dong ding. The party is about to begin. Oh, ding dong, ding a dong ding. Come on, everybody, join in. Ding dong, ding a dong ding. The party is about.
I would just like to take this opportunity to apologise to any mechanics that have been offended or upset by my comments today on Twitter when I said that all mechanics and anybody who works with cars are terrible people. All of them terrible. When I said that on Twitter, I didn't mean it literally. Otherwise, I would have put the word literally in there. It was a joke. And I'm aware that sometimes snowflakes can be triggered by jokes on Twitter. Some of you said, Iain, there was no context of it being a joke. Well, I was kind of laughing when I wrote it. That's enough context. But I have upset people. I have upset the good mechanics of this great country. I've never seen a lady mechanic. I'm sure they exist. I've never seen one. They're rarer than badgers. But for all that is holy, to all of the people threatening me with violence on Twitter. Someone threatened me with violence. I got their account suspended for 12 hours. With people who've been listening to me for years. Donald Trump Syrup, who's been following me for a long, long time and has joined in with the online fun and games. And I'm guessing he's having a man period today because he didn't find it funny. I think he may have called me a tosser. Don't worry, I'm not expecting you to apologise. This is all on me, guys. This one is all on me, and I am genuinely sorry if I offended or upset anybody who is a mechanic, who has worked as a mechanic, who has smelt a mechanic, who you may be lying in bed tonight with a broken mechanic who is in tears because of a tweet I sent about 10 hours ago. Then I'm sorry. Donald Trump Syrup has said it's all about you and your feelings. A mechanic having a shit day reading that would have been deflated. I apologise to the snowflakes. Andy Summers says, I'm not sure a man who, quotes, talks for a living should be commenting on real men who fix machines. I know where my vote will go. I've not seen any mechanics standing in any elections recently, so I'm hoping your vote would go for a politician that would force snowflakes and cucks who talk for a living to give up their jobs. I'm assuming that's what you mean, Andy. And here's the thing. I thought that was a joke tweet, and I liked it, and it made me laugh. And then I read his Twitter feed. And Andy Summers is a very bitter person. He can't wait for Brexit. He's one of those guys. So to Andy, to Donald Trump Syrup, don't choose your real name, guys. They might find out who you are. And to all of the mechanics, what I have offended today, I genuinely issue this heartfelt apology. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But I tell you what, they'd not have cost me a fortune today. So I took, I've had the engine light on, Catherine.
Yeah, and then it went off and you thought maybe it fixed
itself.
Yeah.
And I tweeted that, which I thought was an obvious joke, and loads of people said, no, it's unlikely it'll have fixed itself, you should get it checked out. So I booked the car in for a service, right? You meant to take it for a service. It's turned out it's not had a service for 2 years. And when you try and sell your car, they go, have you got a full service history? You go, no. They go, phew. So I took it for a service, and when I've gone, it's such a rip-off, right? It is such a rip-off. When I've gone to small independent garages and got the service, and then taken it to a main dealer, it's a Volkswagen, taking it to a main Volkswagen dealer, I'm not saying which one, there are loads all around the country, of course, and they say, have you got a full service history? Yes, I have. Yeah, these aren't Volkswagen, so it doesn't count, is what they say. So I took it to a Volkswagen dealer for a full service, right? £340. £340. And I mentioned that there'd been, the engine light was on. And so the guy said, well, it's probably nothing, but I recommend you get it tested. And what we do, I said, how do you test it? Well, what we do now is we plug your car into a computer. The computer scans it, and it tells you what's wrong. I said, brilliant. Let's do it. He said, yeah, that'll be an extra £99. An extra £99. So we're getting close to 500 quid. And here's the thing, right? So I booked it in for 12:30 because it can be done in a few hours. At 3:30, I got the call from the garage. I thought, this is either going to be to say my car is ready or the car it needs something expensive done to it. So I answered the phone. Hello, Mr. Lee. Yes, hello. I'm glad I got hold of you. The first two numbers I dialed were wrong. That's your fault, buddy, not mine. What's happening with the car? Right. Well, we haven't started the service yet. What
time is this?
And we're just about, this is 3:30, 3 hours after it's, we're just about to connect it to the computer to scan it. I said, right, why haven't you started the service yet that I booked for 12:30?
Yeah, why?
He said, well, because if the scan comes back, there's something big wrong with it, then that would make this. He said, so, we might have your car before close of play tonight, but would it be okay if we kept it overnight? Well, what can I say? What I should have said, and I'm an idiot, what I should have said was, no, it's not. I'll come and get my car. And I will drive it and you can go fish. I didn't. I went, yeah, okay, yeah, fine. So I've had to get the train in tonight, which is a joy. I love getting the train. It's an hour, it's about 50 minutes on the train, straight through. And I was reading that Matt Haig book, which is just an absolute joy to read. But I'm going to have to get a cab back. And that'll be about 50 quid. So we're at 500 quid now. We're at 500. And here's another thing, right? You know, pocket dials. Been an expensive day. You know, pocket dials. You don't get them so much now, where your phone's in your pocket and
your bum dials and you ring. Yeah.
I had a pocket Uber booking today.
What?
Because I got the app. Sorry, guys, I know it doesn't appeal to all of you, but I've got it, and I use all kinds of cabs, local cabs, mini cabs, black cabs, and Uber. I use the full works, right? But I went out with the boys to take the dog out for a walk, and it was raining, so we came back, and I got my phone out, and I went, Your driver is approaching. I thought, what the? Oh, no. And it's done an Uber booking. Oh, no. So I cancelled it, but it said, you're cancelling this over 5 minutes after the booking. Cost you £7. £7 for nothing! £7 for nothing! So, and loads of people on Twitter said, well, why didn't you take the car to a local garage? I've used 3 local garages, and each one has ripped me off terribly. I even gave one the benefit of the doubt and went back a second time, and they ripped me off again. So at least I know at this place the work will get done at some point, but blimey, it's expensive. And I did a little rant on Twitter about it being expensive, and then I said, all mechanics and people who work with cars are terrible people, all of them. Guys, it was obviously a joke, you cretins. It was obviously a joke. Now, we all know that all milkmen are nonces. We know that. We don't know that. But this is the thing, it's words, guys. It's words. So everyone on Twitter, calm down. And I've been enjoying seeing, some people who followed me for a while get very angry.
It's the ones that have been following you from the start that are the most infuriated.
Yeah. I mean, Donald Trump syrup has had a bad day, obviously, because he sends me funny tweets and stuff. Mm-hmm. He's obviously had a bad day, and that's fine, but don't take it out on me. And then he called me a tosser, and he said, but it's a joke, your get-out clause. I said, no. I didn't single out one mechanic and pick on him. I slagged off a whole trade.
Yeah, but in such a ridiculous way as to make it quite obvious to most people.
Well, here's the thing. Jokes, irony, sarcasm does not work on Twitter. Twitter is not a place for jokes. But isn't it funny how some right-wing, exponents of free speech would consider me a snowflake for things that offend me, but because I slagged off mechanics, he slagged off mechanics. Ooh,
you're not a real man.
Not a real man, because I can't fix a car because I don't know how to plug it into my computer. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Can we find a lady mechanic? I know that sounds like a very 1980s type phone-in.
Yeah, because you said lady.
What am I supposed to say? Bird. All right, can we find some chick mechanics?
No.
Because I can't. I've never seen one. And obviously there are. Of course there are. But I've never seen. I don't trust garages, because when I walk into a garage or a car dealership or something like that, I am completely at the mercy of them. And sometimes, and I have had this in places where you walked in and they recognise me from the telly and they think, oh, money. Oh, here comes a walking checkbook, guys. We're going to get rich on this one. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money after taking the car in for a service. He said, we'll call you back before the close of play today to let you know what the computer reading says. Right. That phone call hasn't happened. You haven't done it. And I couldn't ride the scooter in because it was raining, and I did ride the scooter a bit. I rode it from Slough to Windsor today. Oh, flipping heck, it was scary in the rain. Did not enjoy that. So that's the way it goes, guys. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Steve and Craig, you're lined up. We'll come to you in a bit. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Right, let's dive into the phone call, shall we? Just to reiterate, this show gets more calls than any of the other shows throughout the day put together. We get more shows than the entire 18 it's 18 hours of output that isn't us, because it shuts. We all know that Talk Radio closes down at 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. just for recharging the batteries. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Good evening, Steve.
Hello, mate. Yeah, get yourself a Dave.
What?
Get a Dave.
What?
If you're going to have a mechanic, he's got to be called Dave.
Oh.
Right? Get your Dave, and you're fine. Because, I'm kind of, my sorry, this is second-hand, but my partner, my bird, my girlfriend...
She's your girlfriend, right? Are you married to her?
Yes.
You're married to her?
I am married to my girlfriend.
Well, then she's your wife, you muppet.
Yes, I know, but Well,
you said partner. Well, you're not in a law firm.
I know.
Then you said girlfriend. Well, she's not your girlfriend. She's your wife.
Yeah, but we like to,
You like to have role play.
Anyway,
yes.
Passy Road in Catford, Dave. Right, he's a genius, right. And he's honest as well. But he's got to be honest.
Honest Dave.
He's been there for so long. and he's fixed our car. We've had the static car.
Well, okay, he's fixed. You're phoning up to tell me a bloke called Dave has fixed your car.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He's also a philosopher, and he's Philip Larkin is his favourite poet. He's got Philip Larkin poems all over. When you go into his place, it's blimey, it's weird. And Wordsworth and all that. He's not really a mechanic. He wants to be a poet.
Is he?
But,
well, hang on a minute. Does he write his own poetry?
Well, I hope not.
Okay, well then he doesn't want to be a poet, because poets write their own poetry.
I know, but I wouldn't read it.
What?
Would you read, if your mechanic came up to you and said, I've got some poetry, mate, would you read it out on the radio for me?
Does anyone know what Steve is talking? Anyone here? Anyone in the crew? Steve is talking about? No? Okay, you do. No, I'll carry on. Okay. Well, that sounds great, Steve.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But what was wrong with your car?
I don't know. They've not told me.
Oh, okay. And what's the bloke? Is he called Dave? He's not.
Thanks very much for calling, Steve. I mean, really? Yes. I just boasted that we get the most calls on this show. I didn't say they were any good. I didn't say they were any good. I love it. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome. Craig has called in. Good evening, Craig.
Evening, Ian.
Yes.
Evening, Kath.
Here we go.
Good evening, Nostar.
You don't need a Dave, you need a John. I've got a John.
Oh.
But he's got poets all over the wall, but they're really hot and they're women, so they've got not many clothes on.
What are you talking about?
They do poems, I'm sure, but these pictures are nudie women in the usual garage, isn't it?
Right, okay. We're going to start the show again. Sam, get the top of the show bed, please, because we're going to start the show again, because something's happened. This is going off on a tangent that is too weird, even for me. So just give us the jingle and the stab at the top, and I'll play some music, and then boom, we're going to come in with the show. Because, Catherine, in all honesty, I have no idea what those two gentlemen were banging on about.
No, I think there was an attempt to... I think they were having a joke with you.
Oh, no. This is not the place for humour, guys. Right, we're going to start the show now.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road is where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. Down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold, a brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll find what I call home. Until tomorrow, you know I'm free to roll.
Okay, I actually have to issue another apology. When I said all milkmen are nonces, of course, not all milkmen are predatory sexual offenders. Just because we've upset someone on Twitter about that, can't do anything. It's political correctness gone mad. No, it's not. It's just people having knee-jerk reactions and having the immediate ability to shout. In the old days, if you didn't like something, well, if you didn't like a phone-in show, for example, in the old days, what you would do is you would phone up and you would speak to the producer and complain, and you wouldn't be allowed on air. That's what would happen in the old days.
No. Most people just find something else that makes them happy.
Okay, there's different levels of it. You'd switch off, or you'd phone up and complain and not get on the air. And if you were still angry, you'd make a complaint to Ofcom. And if you were still angry, you'd write a letter. You would write a letter. There's quite a long process, but most people get bored at the first stage, okay, and go, this guy's now, I'm going to listen to something. First of all, if you don't like me or the show and you want to say it, phone up. You're allowed. This is the only show in the country where we will allow people to come on and tell me why they think the show is crap. And and sometimes we listen, and sometimes we make changes, and sometimes we laugh at you. It's fine. 0344 499 1000. But now, with things like Twitter, with actually only Twitter, everybody thinks they are entitled to an opinion on something. Let me tell you, you are not entitled to an opinion. You've got to earn your opinion. I've earned the right to have and to express my opinions. I have earned that right. I fought in the great opinion wars of the late 90s. Most of you morons on Twitter, you have no right to an opinion. You're not intelligent enough, you're not bright enough, you're not clued up enough, you haven't lived enough. But now everybody can stand on top of a building and go, "You're crap and I hope you die." Everyone can do that because of Twitter. It's the great equaliser. Have you seen how free and easy Twitter is with those blue ticks these days? And if anybody phones up to say, actually, the ticks are white, then I'm going to punch them in the neck. Have you seen... I get so excited when someone with a blue tick follows me, or tweets me, or retweets me, or I think, someone famous. Because back in my day, to get a blue tick, you had to be a celebrity like me, or Johnny Mathis, or Mel Gibson. So I click on their profile. Some of these blue tick people haven't even got 2,000 followers. And I'm reading that I've never heard of them. They work in like PR, or they're an MP or something. What is that about? What is that about? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call this evening, you can. This is the late night alternative, where I will stand here as I'm standing at the moment, and I will, talk rubbish and stuff will come out of my mouth, and you're welcome to, please let us know the total cost of the car service. Many thanks, says John. John, I will. You'll all be, there'll be, printouts for you to take home with you after tomorrow's show of an itemised breakdown. But I'm going to stand here and talk stuff. Kath will chip in from how patronising. When I point to Kath, she'll speak
like this,
and when I raise my hand, she's silent. And you can call in. Sam's on the phones. You can call in about the stuff I'm talking about, or about anything, and it can be light, it can be heavy, it can be up, it can be down, it can be about your mental health, it can be about you had a really nice sandwich. Let's do that. What did you eat today that was really nice? Because I tell you what, me and Kath are on diets. So we've eaten not a lot,
Boring.
Not a lot food. So if you want to phone in today, if you've had a nice meal, I know it's a bit local radio, but it just appeals to me slightly. If you want to phone in because you've had a really nice meal or a really nice sandwich today, 0344 499 1000. Make us jealous. And this time, you bought me a packet of Werther's Originals. I know it was a joke because I'm old and stuff.
They were 2 for 3, so 3 for 2.
Oh, okay. Well, I caned that whole packet on the way home last night.
Did you?
A whole packet of Werther's. Here's the thing I've discovered, right? There's some sweets from Marx's that I've had, and then with these, I like sucking small, hard things. I like the feel of a small, hard thing going into my mouth closing around it, and my lips and my tongue exploring its shape, feeling it change shape in my mouth, feeling its smoothness, and then just gently chipping away a bit of it with my teeth.
See, I enjoy that too.
Yep.
But I'm allowing myself one on the way in and one on the way home.
Oh, I was just shoving them in.
You're not supposed to eat like that.
And as soon as one finished, I said, right, who's next? You are, sir. And another one was slipped in with ease. And I bought, I've seen them in garages before, petrol stations. And on the way back from Newcastle, I couldn't resist, particularly as it was buy one, get one free, those round metal tins of old women's vaginas.
What?
No, sorry. Old women's sweets. Sorry? Old...
What was that?
That was a Freudian clip. Slip!
Whoa!
Old women's sweets. And I am loving them. The cherry flavour's not so nice.
They're the powdered ones, right?
Yeah. The cherry one's not so nice, but the lemon one, oh, yeah. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But that's it. That's all I've eaten. I've got to lose weight because I'm a fat git now. 0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Yep. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'll speak to Sam. He will take your details and will call you back. So for most of you, it's free. For some of you, it'll be absolute pennies, guys. It will be pennies. So what are we talking about? Mechanics, nice food. If you've money that you have wasted, I like that as well. Money, £7 on an Uber ride that I didn't go on because it was a pocket booking. £500 to get my car, and this is, of course, this £500 is a low estimate because if they find something wrong with it, it's going to be like much more than that. And like it's a crappy old 4-year-old Polo.
But this is what happens when you buy your car outright. All of a sudden you end up nursing it, don't you? Towards the end of its life.
Well, no. I am pretty good, and I've had a couple of cars where I've had to do this, where I've had them, and then things are starting to go wrong, and I've paid to get them fixed, and then something else has gone wrong quickly, and I've made a very bold decision to move on to the next car. I did. I mean, to get this car, I went in and part exchanged my previous Polo. Do you remember? And it wouldn't work. It wouldn't go. It kept stalling. Is
that the one you took to the garage and then ran away quick before they tried to start it?
Yeah. It was that one. And I did. They said, so tell us about it. It was this dealership. So they said, tell us about. And the thing is, they don't care. This is what if you're doing it with the main dealership, what they really care about is the bodywork. But if it's a mechanical thing, they don't care because they get fixed and then they'll send it off and it'll get sold and stuff. I did. The car would barely work. You had to get it to work. You had to open I remember doing this on the M40. You had to open the bonnet, get out, and hit the engine with a hammer because there was something loose and they couldn't fix it. And I'd spent about £700 getting it fixed and they couldn't. You had to hit it with a hammer and it would sometimes it'll get you another half an hour. Sometimes it wouldn't go, and I just kind of the garage is at the bottom of a hill, and I just rolled it in and went, guys, how much for this? Yeah, okay, brilliant, I'll take it.
My first car, I absolutely loved it. It was a silver Corsa, Vauxhall Corsa, you know, the old shape.
Yeah, oh yes.
And I loved it, and I got it just ahead of my first job, which was in Peterborough. I was moving away from home. You know, it's all encompassing. That whole thing, the whole experience was all.
Yes.
Me and you, kid. Me and you. We're going to move somewhere else, and the Silver Bullet was my Tonto to my Lone Ranger, right? But towards the end of its life, I would walk into the garage with it, and they would be rubbing their hands.
Yeah.
And you know. Also, I'd be going uphill, and to accelerate, I had to ease off the accelerator.
There we go.
So, you know, once caravans were passing me, I decided the time was right to get rid of it, but it didn't half break my heart.
But boy, I rode the scooter today, and I had great trouble starting it because I've not ridden it for a week or so, and riding it in the rain. Bloody hell! I don't think so. I got waterproof though. Alex, good evening, Alex.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Alex.
I've spoke to you once before.
Good.
Yes, Mr.
Today makes two.
Mr. Freakend.
Sorry?
Can you remember?
No.
When me and you spoke, the first time I ever called this station, Alan came on the station and you said, "Welcome to the Freakend, folks."
Don't remember it.
I was I was asking you about Brexit and all the rest, but
so I don't remember it. Listen, I take about 500 calls a week. I'm sorry, Alex. I apologise. I hope it doesn't leave you feeling deflated, but I have no recollection of what you called in about then. Why have you called in tonight?
Because I'm an alcoholic, my friend, and I wish for some help or some kind of guidance. I've been drinking for literally since I was 15, 16 years old.
Wow, you must be tired. Literally tired.
I am, yes, yeah.
How old are you now, man?
32.
Yeah.
32, and, yeah.
And you sound, let me tell you this, you sound a heck of a lot older. That's why I didn't attempt to guess, because you sound in your 50s, man.
Really?
Yeah. You do.
Well, yeah.
How much you had to drink today?
Not as much, mate. I'm shaking right now. You know, I'm just speaking to you, mate. You know what I mean?
But are you shaking because you're speaking to me, or are you shaking because you've not drunk enough?
In between, both, mate.
How much do you, on an average day, what do you drink? And be honest with me, because we don't know who you are. We don't know.
Yeah, of course I'll be honest with you, mate. I'll drink, it can be 8 cans, it can be 15, it can be 20 tops on Friday or Saturday night.
And how much have you had today?
About 10 cans.
Okay. Well, still.
I know it's getting to a point where I don't know what to do. I've called Jeremy Kyle, sir. You know, I've got.
Oh, don't call Jeremy Kyle. It's just a freak show. It's a freak show.
I know.
It's a freak show, man. They'll get you on there next to the bearded lady and the body with the man with no body. That's what they do. It's a freak show, and you don't need it. What do you want?
Look, I was just asking for anyone who can actually give me any help, or anyone who's got any advice for me, because I've got a mum who's disabled here at home who I look after as well, and that puts pressure. I suffer from anxiety and depression. That's been dealt with, and my benefits have been cut. I earn nothing. This is the problem. I don't know where I stand. Right. I don't know what to do.
Well, you do. That's rubbish. You know exactly what to do.
Well, I know you're going to say, stop drinking, but it's not like that.
Not like that. Well, hang on a minute. You've just listed stuff that costs money, right? Not working, looking after a sick mum, right? And then you said you don't know what to do. And I haven't said anything except you know what to do. So you want advice that isn't, as long as it isn't the thing you know you have to do.
Ian, I have tried cutting down on the alcohol intake. Ian, please listen.
I'm listening.
I have tried cutting down on my alcohol intake, and it doesn't work. I get seriously, mate, you wake up in the morning, you get the shakes. It's not just about the booze, it's about the anxiety and depression. I won't walk out of the house without having a drink. It's my problem.
No, it's not. It's about the booze. And listen, I'm not saying, because I don't know you, and I don't know exactly how much you drink. I bet it's more than you're telling me, and that's fine. But one has to be very careful when it comes to saying, well, just stop drinking. Because for some people, actually, if they're drinking enough, to just stop drinking will kill them.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you're drinking. I don't know what state your body's in. I don't know what state your liver's in. You'd need to go and see a doctor about that. But you know what you have to do, man.
I know that the easy solution would be to stop drinking, but
yeah, that's it. That's it. So all you have to do is stop drinking. That's not what you wanted to hear. What did you want to hear from me?
No. I didn't.
What did you want to hear from me?
Someone that could put me maybe in touch with other... Mate, it's not just... Oh, God, you put me in this situation.
No, I haven't. You phoned up and said you're an alcoholic and you wanted advice, and now you're saying, actually, it's not about the booze. Well...
I wanted advice on where I can actually get help for this, not...
Okay, you can... I can
not
give
just
you...
telling me to stop drinking. You know what alcoholics... You can't just say, stop drinking.
I've not... Here's the thing.
Problem. It doesn't work like that.
Alex, here's the thing. I've not told you to stop drinking. I've not said stop drinking. I've said you know what to do, and that's the answer that you came up with. I'm going to give you 2 places you can go to. How's about them apples?
Yep. Give me them apples, mate.
But also... Oh, okay. Right. There we go. Okay.
There we go, because, look, I'm not religious.
Alex,
I'm not... No. I've been to AA before. I've been to CRI and I've been to AA.
Alex, shut up.
I've been to AA.
Shut up. Shut up.
Excuse me.
Shut up. Right. Shut up. You phoned up and you asked for advice, but you only want the advice that you want to hear. You want someone who's going to fix it for you to carry on drinking, because the alcoholism isn't really a problem. The fact that you've got no benefits and you're spending every penny... Well, you getting money off your mum for the booze, are you?
Excuse me. What are you talking about?
Are you getting money off your mum for the booze?
No, I'm not.
Where are you getting the money from, Alex?
I do a little bit of work here and there.
Okay, so you work cash in hand and all that money goes on booze, right? And you said you look after your sick mum, yeah?
Yes, I do.
You never borrowed money. You never borrowed money off her.
Every single day I look after Mama. Every single day.
Why are you getting
Alex? I make tea for her.
Alex,
I do the washing for her.
Alex, why are you getting angry with me, man? You've asked for advice. I'm giving it. Why are you getting angry?
Because your advice right now is sounding like you're trying to have a go at me. You're trying to literally...
So you phoned up for advice, but it's only the advice you want to hear. He's put the phone down. Try and get him... Can I get him... How do I do? Can you try and get him back? Because let's give him the benefit of the doubt that his phone dropped off. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. I didn't tell him to stop drinking. I said, you know what to do, and that's what he came up with. I would never tell an alcoholic to stop drinking immediately, because I don't know, it can kill people. You know, some people can do it, some people can knock it completely on the head. For some people, depending how physically dependent they are on it, it can kill them. The body goes into shutdown. It happens. But phoned up for advice, but only wanted the advice that he wanted. Can you go and help Sam go and get him back? Sam, we're going to go to a break, and then we're going to try and get Alex back and see if he'll talk to us. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Alex doesn't want to come back on. The line's open, Alex. If you feel like it, you're very welcome. 0344 499 1000. Thought it was interesting how angry he got very quickly. Here's the thing I'm learning, is when I ask people for advice, more often than not, I'll know what the answer is, and they'll tell me the thing I don't want to hear. And it's normally, you've got to stop doing this, you've got to stop talking to this person, or you've got to start doing this. That's generally the categories the advice falls into. And, what I am learning as I get older is when they give me the advice that I know is already in there, I'm stopping going, oh, get stuffed, you don't understand. That's the thing is, oh, you don't understand. But they do understand, and I do understand, Alex. But, you know, you're welcome to call in if you want. 0344 499 1000. Yes, CJ?
It's a shame he hung up. It would have been interesting to have a chat with that man, Alex. Talking from...
He wasn't listening. No, it wouldn't have been. He wasn't listening. He wasn't listening to me.
It's weird, you know, when you listen to a call like that, and I'm sat here and I'm thinking, I recognise that. I recognise it.
Yeah.
And it's something, you know, going back a few months, exact sort of mentality I'd be in after having a few drinks and then just like, oh, God, I need help quitting drinking. But I really wanted to help him, to be honest.
Well, that's very noble of you to want to do that, but my suggestion, CJ, is you carry on focusing on yourself.
Absolutely, I suppose so.
No, stick with the winners. Seriously, stick with the winners, you know.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, you hit on the head with when you said don't stop drinking suddenly. It can cause you to have seizures.
Well, it depends. Listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm not in any position to give medical advice. Some people can stop drinking immediately and it's fine, and some people have to do it gradually. And you know, people, if you're concerned, go to the doctor and talk to the doctor. That was one of the people I was going to suggest, but he didn't want to stick around.
Doctor.
Yes. There we go. There we go. You see. CJ, thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you are very welcome. About anything. And loads of people said, oh, stop listening to the show because it got really heavy and stuff. It's not now. I listened to the complaints, and the people going, oh, it's too heavy, man. People talking about mental illness all the time, and it's not now. It's people, you know, people can phone in about that stuff, and if you're listening and thinking, well, now it's too frothy and light, and I can't call in to say that I want to kill myself. You can. It's all good, but I have got the balance, I think, pretty spot on. So you can call them about anything. 0344 499 1000. Time to tell you, though, guys, that on, so Saturday, July the 29th, Catherine and I will be performing a lunchtime performance between 1 and 4 or something like that, of our show, The Rabbit Hole in Salford, which is Manchester, really.
Well,
it kind of is.
It's a city.
You can walk between them very, very quickly. So we're doing a show there, right? And tickets are £10, and they're selling really well. If you want tickets, I will tweet the link in a minute. ticketsource.co.uk/Iain Lee. ticketsource.co.uk/Iain-Lee, or just Google Rabbit Hole Manchester Fringe July and it will come up, right? And as always at these events, we stick around afterwards. We take pictures if you want pictures, and we sign stuff if you want stuff signed. And then we are driving back home. Because I've got the Virgin show on the Sunday. But. On the Friday, the 28th, we need to book out the Comrex. We are hoping to do this show, the talk radio show from Manchester. And usually, when we've done these things, we do it from a listener's house. Now, I'm not against doing it from a listener's house. Again, not at all. But I was thinking today, and this is where I need your help, dear listener. Is there somewhere in Manchester or within, let's say, 20 miles of Manchester, but Manchester's a big city. Is there somewhere that's a little bit more exciting, a little bit more out there, that, let's be honest, might get us some public attention? Is there somewhere in Manchester that we can do this radio show on Friday, the 28th of July? All we need is good internet that we can plug into. That's it. So if you live in Manchester, maybe you work in a pub or a club or a music venue or a guitar shop or a record shop or a coffee house. I'm just thinking of places off the top of my head. And you're thinking, well, actually, we'll be open, or we could open, or we could invite a couple of people around. You see, I'm just trying to find somewhere that would hopefully get a bit of publicity for the show and the station, because when we went to Newcastle, the number of people that knew about talk radio, you could count on one finger. So that would be nice, but just somewhere that will, for the listener, will perhaps sound a bit more engaging. And that can be because there's noise in the background, or it could be because it's such an amazingly beautiful or interesting or weird or funky place that we get to describe it. I mean, somewhere haunted would be excellent. If you know of a haunted hotel or, do you know what I mean? Something like that in or around Manchester that we can do the show from, that is just, maybe it shows off the history of Manchester. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. And if we don't find anywhere, we'll do it in a listener's house, because that's always fun. We always get to meet interesting people and spend an evening with people who are fans of the show, and they like it and we like it. And I think it sounds good on the radio. So I'm going to leave that out there. You can get in touch two ways. You can call me tonight and go, oh, yes, we have a haunted record shop that only sells Motown and surf music and is haunted by Dick Turpin. You know what I mean? You can either phone up 0344 499 1000, or you can send me a cheeky little email, Iain@iainlee.com. Don't forget I spell Iain the correct way, I-A-I-N, and Iain@iainlee.com is the way to get in touch. Quiet on the phones this evening.
Little bit.
I'm not worried about that. I've got plenty to talk about. We've got guests on after 11, haven't we?
We have, yes. Well, Naked and Afraid is a bit of an obsession.
Oh, yes.
We've only spoken to blokes so far.
Yes.
And it's a whole different proposition for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
As we've found out by watching it, haven't we?
Yes.
So we're going to speak to someone, and her name is Danny Bow. And we're going to find out whether or not she succumbed to what the other women do, which is they end up making bras and pants out.
Well, they don't always make pants; they make bras.
Yeah.
But they keep the woo out there.
Al fresco.
It really is an incredible phenomenon. Dun, 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 dun. But we're staggering. We've got loads of guests lined up from Naked and Afraid, but we're staggering them. But
she's another one of the women. Now we've seen them when they're very capable. And they're not followers; they're kind of leaders in their own right.
Yeah.
Because some of the women go in.
Have I seen this woman's episode?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm going to show you during the break. I'll show you the YouTube clip.
Okay.
Sometimes they come up against men who are also used to being leaders in their field, and they do not like. No. They do not like being upstaged by a woman in terms of we saw one, didn't we, where he was crap at hunting, even though he took the big iron beforehand.
Yep.
She went out and speared a few fish, and they were starving.
He got very annoyed.
He refused to eat them because she'd done it.
Would not eat the fish, guys. Can you imagine such a thing? I mean, but it's such a good show. And there is absolutely nothing else on television at the moment. Nothing else. I was flicking through Netflix. I started Okja, the John Ronson film, and it looked stunning. I got 10 minutes in, and then the car people phoned up, and I had to make a decision about how I was going to get to work, and so I had to stop it. But there's nothing on there. There's nothing on Amazon Prime, and there's certainly nothing on terrestrial television worth watching. It's all absolute guff at the moment. I mean, dear God, as Noel Coward famously said, television is for appearing on, not for watching. It's terrible, absolutely terrible. So we are enjoying the Naked and Afraid and very, very little else. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. A nutty uncle returned from his nephew's Benidorm stag do with "Where's Wally's Willie" tattooed across his bum.
Oh no!
I've just reminded. Do you know what we'll come to that after the news. I was doing something today, and I've not seen my children laugh so much. Right, I do not know why. That I was singing a Bob Dylan song, and they were wetting themselves.
Were you doing the voice?
Well, but I was. They were putting their boots on, and I'm going, "Lay, lady, lay across my big brass bed." And the boys were in hysterics at that. They were literally rolling on the floor with laughter. I'm going, "What are you laughing at?" They go, "Sing it again." Lay, lady, lay. Lay and let me look at you instead. They thought it was the funniest thing they'd ever heard. Aren't children I mean, pretty much the whole of the world thought it was the funniest thing they'd ever heard when Bob Dylan actually released that. But there you go. Right, we're coming up to a break. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. The late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Coming up, we're going to speak to Danny Bowe from Naked and Afraid. You can still call in, of course. 0344 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Differently interesting nocturnal emissions from a legend of late night radio.
Iain Lee, on air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is the late night alternative. And loads of you said, why have you changed the name? Well, I just kind of think it kind of sums up the show a little bit more. As I was driving into work one day, I was thinking, why would anybody want to listen to this radio show when there are some brilliant presenters on at the moment at various different stations? Why would anyone want to listen to this? Why would you choose to pick this? And it kind of dawned on me that this is the alternative show for this time of night. We don't do the usual Muslims, Brexit, Trump phone-ins. We can do those things. We can talk about those things, but we tend not to. We tend to do other stuff, more uplifting stuff, perhaps. So that's why we changed the name, and I'm quite happy with it. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Well, you know, dear listener, that Catherine and I have become, since going to New York, I mean, in particular, have become obsessed with the Discovery show Naked and Afraid, and I just cannot get enough of it. And I know some of you love it, and some of you can't get it. You don't get why we're so obsessed with it. Honestly, man, I absolutely love it. And we've had a couple of guests on. We've had we had the producer on. We've had a couple of men who have been on. And the basic premise, for those of you who don't know the show and haven't heard us talking about it, is two strangers, a man and a woman, are dropped off on an island, the jungle, the desert, or different kinds of locations. They have 21 days where they have to survive with nothing, and that includes zero clothes. They are naked. They're not often that afraid. If I'm going to be picky about the title, there is very little fear.
They're usually quite hungry.
Yeah, naked and hungry. Naked and angry with each other would be a slightly better title. But we've not spoken to any of the women that have been on, and I kind of wonder if it is a different gig for them, you know, when they're there. Well, I'm thrilled to say we're going to right that wrong, and we're going to speak to Danny Bowe. Hello, Danny.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Happy to have clothes on right now.
Well, it says on my screen you're in Iceland. May I ask what you're doing there?
Yes, I'm finishing my master's degree here in Iceland, but I'm originally from Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. What are you doing your master's in?
Natural resource management. So I'm studying invasive plants.
Oh, basically. Wow. How long have you been out there for?
Almost 1 year.
Oh, wowzers. That sounds fantastic. So you are then what we'd call an outdoorsy type of person.
I would say so.
Are you a naked kind of person?
I've never thought of myself as a naked kind of person, but I do this thing where if I enter a new environment, I like to jump in the water naked and fully experience it.
But then I imagine you come out, you get dried off, and you put your clothes back on. You're not given that option in Naked and Afraid. When you first found out about the show, and I don't know if they approached you or you approached them, and it said, of course, Danny, you'll be naked for the 3 weeks. What was going through your mind?
I was all for it, and I just like the whole challenge of having to make everything from scratch. But I was more concerned about what my mom and dad would think.
This is the great thing. We had a Mormon guy on who was worried about what church would think the Sunday after it was shown. We had someone else who was worried about what the guy that his former army buddies would make of. So for you, it was your mum and dad. What did they make of it?
Surprisingly, they were okay with it, and my mom is a dental hygienist, so her main concern was how would I brush my teeth. She did not care about the naked part.
And here's the thing, because British people, of course, are famous for having terrible teeth. Americans are famous around the world for having great teeth. And here's the thing, at the end of those 3 weeks, and I have noticed this, everyone's teeth still look pearly white. Are you cheating and smuggling toothbrushes about your body?
No, it was really interesting because we're eating such pure, food from the environment. So you're not consuming any of chemicals or sugars or processed foods. So your teeth actually felt really clean the whole time, and we were using little bamboo toothpicks and gnawing on wood, kind of like animals do.
Yeah. Now listen, we haven't seen your episode yet. We've got all the box sets, so I've seen bits of it. I know there are loads of bits of it on YouTube, and I've just put the link on there. Men don't use bandages. This is the line that the gentleman you were with, he cut himself quite badly, and you're there being very calm and saying, well, you need to apply pressure on it so the blood clots, you need to squeeze it, I can make you a bandage out of a leaf. And he said, men don't use bandages. What was it like coming up against something like that?
Well, you're in for a really interesting surprise when you see our show. They First of all, they try to pair you with someone that you're going to clash with.
Right.
So they put me, a wilderness medic, with a former Marine. And in the Marines, they teach you if you get injured, you kind of just suck it up and, stick your hand in the sand and don't talk about it. And all I'm thinking about is infection and how to, take care of this and treat it the way I learned in the backcountry.
Yeah.
So it's just really funny having those two perspectives clashing.
Did you get on with Charlie? That was the guy you were with. Did you get on with him?
Did we get along?
Yeah.
Yeah, at first it was really hard to relate. He was also the oldest person to do the show, and I was the youngest.
Right, okay.
So it was really, we had nothing in common, and then we eventually just created this amazing bond, and we still talk.
Do you really? Oh, I was going to ask, and I've forgotten to ask this to all the other people we've had on. So what, you phone each other up and email each other from time to time?
Oh, yeah. Almost weekly.
Isn't that great?
It's funny because the gentleman we've spoken to the past week, we spoke to Jeff Zausch, and we've also spoken to Skullcrusher Snyder.
Yes, yeah.
And EJ, yeah.
EJ, who's brilliant. I mean, they're all great characters, and the women as well who get put with them have to be strong characters too, and you kind of wonder whether there is a little bit of mischief there in the casting, because, as you say, they're kind of designed to clash. But it seems to be that at the end of those 21 days, if you make it through 21 days, there is a bond there that's something pretty special, something really special, regardless of what kind of background you have.
Yeah, for sure. It's just that one person, you'll never forget all the experiences and the hardships, and you just have so much time. Where we were, the sun would set around 5 p.m., and it's too dangerous to wander around the jungle away from the fire.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of just sitting there and just conversing. And
is it boring?
Each other
because there's nothing I like better than reading a book, and I love playing Xbox and all these guys, but I like having things to do. And obviously you're hunting your food and you're building your shelter and stuff, but does it get boring?
After the first couple days, once you have your basics down, like your food, water, fire, shelter, you're kind of just killing time once you know that you've met your basic needs. And then that's when all of your darkest demons come out, and you're really confronting everything in your past. So your mind is your biggest challenge at that point.
What do you mean by you're confronting all your things from your past?
Just because you have so much time, it's like nothing else exists except for right now.
Yeah.
And at night, you can't do anything except for sit by your fire and protect yourself.
Yeah.
So you're constantly just battling your own thoughts.
Wowzers.
And time goes by so slow.
I bet. That is intense.
Does it feel weird when you come out of that environment and you put some clothes on? Does it feel weird and unnatural?
Oh, definitely. And I flew back to Philly, and just hearing things like music.
Yeah.
We didn't hear music for 21 days and then 40 days. I forgot, like, how to drive. I forgot all of my passwords to my email. Like, everything was just really strange to get back into.
You mentioned the 40 days. So you've gone on and done the you've gone back and done the XL series then.
Yeah, I actually worked with Jeff and EJ.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What? And I mean, was 21 days not tough enough for you?
I swore I would never do it again, and they don't give you much time to think about it. I had 2 weeks' notice, and it's kind of just one of those things like, okay, I'm up for the challenge, and I'm going to do it.
Here's the thing. This is the thing I'm really struggling with, Danny. Of all the people we've spoken to, I expect you all to sound nuts, right? And you don't. You all sound like normal people. And I mean that, in the kindest possible way. You don't sound like...
Masochist,
you
is
don't
what you're saying.
Yeah, you don't. You sound like a sensible young lady. But yet... You put yourself in this weird situation with a weird bloke for 21 days and then 40 days with... It just seems... I'm surprised at how normal everyone is that goes on this show.
Yeah, a lot of people are. And we have really interesting... Well, some of our followers, I've been invited to, like, nudist meetups and live on a naked island. Like, people think we're nudists, and that's all we do is live your life naked.
But the naked thing wasn't the draw, was it? Each and every one of these people is survival experts, people who get a kick out of, going out and really roughing it and living as close to the land as they can.
Right. Everyone has a very unique background, so it's really cool to meet people that have different experiences and different ages and...
So, when are you doing it next? Have you got any more naked adventures? That sounds terrible, doesn't it? I don't mean it like that. Have you? That's terrible. Have you got any more extreme adventures after you finish your masters?
For now, I'm putting it on hold until my degree is finished because university comes first, of course.
And then, what would you? Are you going to be a doctor then?
No, like a botanist, scientist.
Oh, okay. I just thought it'd be good to have the first doctor on Naked and Afraid. That would be...
yeah, I don't know. There might be a doctor. I'm not sure.
We'll find it. Don't you worry. We're watching every...
I'm the only vegan.
We're watching every episode.
You're a vegan. Now, there's another thing. We watched a few of these, and we're working our way through.
Yep.
We're trying not to binge too much because we want to make it last, aren't we? But we find that a lot of people go in with these principles, and then by the end they're gnawing their heads off birds and like shaking things out of trees and stuff that they would never have dreamt of before. And before they went in thinking that they would respect nature and ask for permission from each and every plant that they picked. You managed to stick by that all the way through?
Yes.
How?
And that was, to me, the biggest challenge that I don't know what I would have done if I was in the situation where I had to kill an animal and consume it.
So you didn't even eat, like, bugs or any... I mean, it's a stupid question. You're a vegan.
No. No bugs, no fish, no food with faces.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait to see your episode. Danny, are you on Twitter? Do you want to give out your Twitter handle in case people want to... Well, knowing our listeners, they'll all be perverts. Here's the thing. The show is so not sexy.
No.
Because people kind of giggle at the expected titillation, but it's so not a sexy show because everyone's just covered in mud and bites and hives.
And the other thing is you go in all modest and being very... It seems from the outside that you go in all modest and being very aware of your body and everything. And then by the end, you're hiking up hills like ahead of each other, legs all over the shop, and no one cares about anything anymore.
Yeah, that's the last thing you're thinking of. You're more concerned with your basic needs.
Danny, who are you on Twitter?
My Twitter name is Danny Beaudrill.
So hang on, DANIBAU. Oh, there we go. I found you. I'm gonna tweet it out in case any of our listeners want to invite you to their nudist colonies or something like that. I'm sure they'd love it. Hey, Danny, thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate your time and best of luck with the rest of your studies.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Danny. Bye bye. Here's the thing. Everyone is so nice, aren't they? Everyone is so nice. There we go. There she is. She's naked. It's a very strange thing. Dear listener, I saw some people ringing during that. We'll take your calls now. 0344 499 1000. The late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I liked her. Very nice. You know why Iceland is called Iceland and Greenland is called Greenland? Do you know why?
Well, I think Greenland was a trick, wasn't it? Because they were trying to get...
They're both a trick. Mm-hmm. So, Greenland is icy and Iceland is green.
But I'm vaguely remembering something horrible histories-wise, I think.
Yeah.
That, like, a Viking chief sent his son and he was trying to, like, con him into thinking that it was lush and green and beautiful and he would have a happy life there. And that's what it was. And actually, it's quite inhospitable.
Yeah, exactly. They lied. So the people, but so invaders would go, we're going to invade Greenland. Sounds great. And then they get there and they'd all freeze to death. Yeah. And no one will go to Iceland. So, but Iceland was amazing.
Yeah.
Is Reykjavik in Iceland?
Yes.
Good. That's a place.
Still, I think, yes. Yeah,
okay.
Is, yeah. Reykjavik. They have ice hotels, don't they?
Yeah, it's never really appealed to me, those kind of places. Never really appealed to me. I'm more of a cities guy.
Reykjavik's a city.
Yeah, but not a proper one.
Oh.
Is it made out of ice?
No.
Okay, well, I'm talking about the country as a whole.
Uh-huh.
The whole of Iceland and Greenland never really appeals to me. I would like to go to the North Pole to say I've been there, but I bet it'll be too cold.
Oh, no, I'll just Google it. I don't really fancy that.
It would be good to say I've been there. Where's that place where they don't have night? That's one of those places, isn't it?
Finland.
One of those Nordic... Is it Finland? Finland, you know that song? Finland,
no.
The country where I'd like to be.
What?
Do you not know that song?
Is that a real song?
Yeah.
It sounds like one of your musings.
Finland, the country where I'd like to be, and the mountains are lovely.
And the mountains are lovely. That's a lyric, is it?
Listen to this. Is a great song. Oh, to an advert. How do you must know this song?
Nope.
Finland. It's a great song. Here we go. Well, listen to this. This is a joy. Here we go. Computer, play. You don't know this?
No.
Finland, the country where I want to be, pony trekking or camping. Or just watching TV. Finland, it's the country for me. You're so near to Russia.
Is that Palin?
So far from Japan, quite a long way from Cairo.
Lots of miles from Vietnam.
Finland.
Isn't it brilliant?
The country where I want to be, eating breakfast or dinner, or snack lunch in the hall. Finland has it all. You're so sadly neglected and often ignored, up for second to Belgium when going abroad.
I love it. There's a brilliant album. I got all the albums for my birthday, and I've not got around to listening to it. There's a brilliant Monty Python album, the Contractual Obligation album. The first couple of albums, it's basically reworked sketches from the TV show. But then they realised that they can that they're like rock stars. So they started making albums that have got some of their best sketches on that were never in TV shows and never in films. Let me just. This is such a great song, and I don't think it's in the TV series. I love that. I haven't heard this for years. Listen to this.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. half a bee, philosophically, must ipso facto half not be.
Eric the half a bee.
But half the bee has got to be vis-à-vis its entity. Do you see? But can a bee be said to be, or not to be, an entire bee, when half the bee is not a bee, due to some ancient injury? Singing. La-dee-dee, 1, 2, 3, Eric the half a bee. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Eric the half a bee. Is this a wretched demi-bee, half asleep upon my knee? Some freak from a menagerie? No, it's Eric the half a bee. A fiddly-dum, a fiddly-dee, Eric the half a bee. Ho, 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 tee-hee-hee, Eric the half a bee. I love this hive employee, bisected accidentally one summer afternoon by me. I love him carnally. He loves him carnally, semi-carnally. The end.
There we go. I love it. I love it. And there's these little gems tucked away on their albums. I think their albums are brilliant. In fact, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to record another episode of The Door into Summer. We're going to sneak in some Monty Python songs. That's what we're going to do. 034, quiet on the phone tonight, and that's absolutely fine. But by that, you know, it's the way it goes sometimes. You can't win them all. Songs with the word win in. Let's play songs with the word win in.
You win again.
Okay, right, I was going to do that one. Okay. Winner takes it all.
Oh, we're having extensions,
okay,
are we?
No, yes, we are.
Okay.
Your turn.
I think we might have finished.
I think that might be it. I think there's only two. 0344 499 1000. There can't only be two songs with win or winner in. There's got to be more.
No, I think we're done.
I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is it.
Wonder why. Hard to rhyme with?
Well, no, but win, sin, lin,
bin,
tin. So there's loads of, and there's also, it's a triumph, singing about triumph. You know, you'd think it would be more popular. But no, there are only two songs that feature win or winner.
Yeah, it's scientifically proven just now.
Let me just give myself a little bit of thinking time. Hang on. Win.
Or winner.
Or winner. No, that's it. That's it. Okay. Short game of poker. Shortest game of poker we have ever played. I'm Uncle Wally. Neil's rude bum tattoo is just idiotic. A nutty uncle returned from his nephew's Benidorm stag do, and there's a picture of the gentleman whose Benidorm stag do it is, wearing a mankini.
Oh.
But he's obviously not doing its job because they've pixelated his bollocks.
Oh, no! Oh, God!
Here's the thing, guys.
Oh, gosh.
Every loser wins.
Oh, yeah!
Thank you, whoever just texted that in.
There's three.
That's it. Here's the thing, guys. If you own a mankini It's like it's the kind of thing that people only have because of a Secret Santa. And someone has anonymously bought them a mankini. Oh, that's funny. Ooh. But if you actually then wear it, thinking that you are being postmodern or ironic or clever, or you're not. You're stupid. You're a stupid, dumb person. You're thick. You are thick. A nutty uncle returned from his nephew's Benidorm stag do with Where's Wally's Willie tattooed across his bum. So you know Where's Wally, the guy with the hat and the glasses and the striped jersey.
If you're American, where's Waldo?
Yeah. Normally wears trousers. In this version, he has no trousers on, and his bollocks are pixelated as well. Dad of two, Neil Ogden, 47, had the £120 cartoon inking done while he and 19 other lads, so he was the responsible adult there, whooped it up on Zach Williams's boozy bash. And last night, the window firm boss admitted, the reason I got this tattoo is because I'm an idiot. He actually says that. Well done. Well done, he. Well
Amazing
done,
insight.
There's no meaning in it, and I don't have an explanation for it. I was just bored one day. Neil from Glossop, Derbyshire, added, I asked for Wally to have no pants on because I thought it would be funny. He sounds thoroughly ashamed of himself, as he should be. His wife, Helen, 46, said, he showed me the top half, then said, right, are you ready for the rest?
Oh, no.
It was quite funny. I won't be getting a matching one, though. Tattoo shop boss Blaine Dickinson, 43, said, originally it was an ordinary Where's Wally. Then he said, I want you to do one with no pants on. It was one of the funniest tattoos we've seen this year. Sweet Lord. Sam, don't talk to them. If they don't want to come on air, put the phone down on them. I can see what's going on there. I can see what Paul in Stoke Poges is doing. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'll be very, very welcome. You'd be very welcome, dear listener. Let's get rid of that music. Where should we go to? Oh, here we go. Listen to this, right? You talk about, You Win Again by the Bee Gees. That was the first one we did, Mark. It's the first song we did. That's what started Win Poker. You pudding. A brave teenager fought off a bear as it clamped down on his skull, poking out its eye. Oh, maybe not poking out. Hang on. I might have got carried away there. I might have got a bit carried away. The 19-year-old, named only as Dylan, it's a strong name, it's a very strong name, was woken up in his tent by a 400-pound bear biting his head. Bloody hell! Unbelievable! Flippin' heck! Dylan said he could hear a crunching sound. This is the worst story ever! As the black bear tried to drag him away. But the counsellor, who was working at a wilderness survival camp, punched the beast until other staff came to his aid. The group yelled and hit the bear until it fled into the woods in the US state of Colorado, which has a bear population, here's an interesting number, of 18,000. Dylan, who was dragged 12 feet, flippin' heck, by a bear grabbing his head. Dylan, who was dragged 12 feet, was left with a gouge in his head and marks on his forehead. He said, I thought I was dreaming. Then I thought, this hurts too bad. There's 4 spots where its claws dug in. It pulled me into its mouth. The crunching noise was the teeth scraping against the skull. I hit the bear as hard as I could and started poking its eyes with my fingers, like it was in a Three Stooges routine. This is the most horrific story I've ever heard in my life. The attack took place near children sleeping in teepees at Glacier View Ranch, 50 miles northwest of Denver. Black bears are not usually aggressive, but have killed 2 people in the US recently. Lad got dragged at 12 foot by a bear, pulling him by the head.
Yeah, he woke up to find the bear crunching into his head.
Flippin' heck. Galen!
How's
it going? It's a Greek name, actually. It's a Greek name.
Is it? How are you pronouncing it?
Well, Galen. Exactly the same.
Okay.
Actually.
Well, how are you spelling it?
Galen.
Right. See, if I was going to put it on a screen where someone had to say it, I would put Gaylen. So, just so that phonetically,
that would be
the presenter knows how to say it. That's all I'm saying. I don't care for correct spellings.
Oh,
whatever. Well, we're here. What have you got for us?
Well, I think I'm wrong with the one win thing. Play to win. I think you've had that one, haven't you?
No, play to win. Who's play to win?
I'm trying to think, because I am a sort of musician myself. I'm trying to think.
You say a sort of musician.
I think it's to do with a film.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
Can you for it to count, you have to sing a piece of it.
I can't think how it goes.
Oh, mate! Well, you've just put words together. You've just put some words together and thought that sounds like a song title.
No, but I think it is. Because I'm a musician anyway, so I know song titles which nobody else does.
Well, hang on a minute. I'm a man. I know song titles that no one. What you say? You're a musician. What do you do?
Oh, play and write. General.
Really. Have you had any hits?
No, not yet.
Who sings your songs?
Not yet, as it turns out. What's that?
Would you play in a band?
No, mostly on my own.
Okay.
Mostly on my own, actually, because I play guitar.
Yeah.
So I produce all the army anyway.
Yeah.
But you weren't a bad singer, actually.
I'm a bloody good singer. It's amazing. I've not had more hits.
You use your diaphragm a bit. You're very loud when you sing.
Oh, I know all the very loud. I'm going to take that as a compliment. I know all the techniques. So what? Do you go out and play gigs and stuff?
Yeah, but sometimes. Yeah, I mean it's way of life. There's always been a livelihood in music. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, going back, it doesn't matter how many hundreds of years. Yeah. To be honest, really.
Okay.
Violin players in 1670 and stuff, etc. It's always been trad. It's always been music.
I know there's always been music. No, violin players in 1670. I know, but I was just curious about you. You go out and play gigs.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes.
And what? I mean, Catherine's rubbing her chin in the style of the late football commentator Jimmy Hill. What are your influences?
It's right the way across the board. Right the way. It doesn't matter. I mean, stuff I write myself is more jazzy and bluesy, actually, and traddy. So right across the board. It doesn't matter.
Okay. You're very.
We're talking about how far back. Lots of trad stuff. So it's
okay.
It's just tons of stuff. Loads of. I don't know, a few Kinks, loads of Stones, Nirvana, tons of his stuff, actually. I think he was one of the best.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't matter where you start. All music is related. And if you want to go back into the earliest finds which have been made, musically speaking, we're talking an old animal leg bone from 15,000 BC, which was found in a cave, actually, which was sort of tuned to the same as regular music, diatonic.
Okay.
Still, actually. So it's always been the case.
Yes.
It's always been the case.
Well, Galen, I've enjoyed being talked to this evening. Thanks for your call.
Thanks. It's been nice talking to you.
Thank you very much indeed. Answers on a postcard, please. 0344 499 1000, the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay. Poor little Snowflake's been triggered on Twitter. Iain Lee has set his army of followers onto me. No, mate, you were a knob. People saw it, and 4 people have gone to speak to you on Twitter. It's hardly setting an army on there. Poor little Snowflake. Oh, that's nice. Barbara says, thank you so much for playing Eric the Half a Bee. I named my rescue dog Eric after that song. Oh, that's good. Has he got no legs? Has he got wheels at the back?
Aww.
And Lane says, now, Lane, this is either the funniest thing you've ever tweeted or you're a very strange man. What a fascinating insight into the existence of music that was. I don't know. I enjoyed that, though.
I want to know what that bone sounded like.
What?
The bone found in the cave. Weren't you paying attention? 15,000 BC.
Towards the end, no. Neither towards the middle or, in fact, towards the beginning. Paul!
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you, Paul. What you got for us?
Okay. This is what I feel every time I speak to you. Okay, afterwards.
Hard. Erect.
Okay, no.
Horny.
No, you think you know about the Beach Boys, yeah?
Sorry?
You think you know about the Beach Boys? You like the Beach Boys? The band?
I don't understand the statement.
One of their
question.
songs to do with the word win in it.
Well,
by the Beach Boys.
Okay, I mean, I could pick the obscure song from their 1962 album, Heads You Win, Tails You Lose.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I do know about the Beach Boys.
Yeah, well, you were struggling for a song with the word win
I didn't
in
think
it.
it was worth mentioning.
No, well, I just remembered it.
It's a terrible song. Here's the thing, I don't like the Beach Boys' early albums. I like some of the surfing stuff, but I'm not really mad on it. For me, they get interesting about 67 when they blew their minds.
I just thought it was quite appropriate for
Thank you.
and me.
Thank you, Paul.
Finally, can I say that guy earlier there is a song called Play to Win. It's by The Clash.
Well, can you sing it? Otherwise it doesn't exist.
No, I can't. No, It was in a film, I think.
Can't you know?
I just remember.
No.
It's probably like. It's probably just like the rest of.
The Clash. I'm going to say it, guys, and I know I've upset mechanics
Overrated.
today. No, they're rubbish. They're not just overrated. They are. London's Calling is a good song. And he's in love with the.
That's in the supermarket.
I don't know, but I like the one that goes. He's in love with the rock and roll world. He's in love with the James Jones world. He don't like it. The boy don't like it. I like that, but the rest of it.
What was the lead singer called? I can't remember.
Joe Strummer or Mick Jones?
Yeah, went on to form the Mescalanos or something.
Whatever. Boring. Rubbish.
Yeah,
overrated.
It was total rubbish.
What about Should I Stay or Should I Go?
No.
You stick around, Kath. Don't worry. We've finished.
There you go. Should I stay or should I go? Good night.
Well, thank you, Paul. Anyone? Anyone? I don't know what's going on with people today. Everyone's saying You Win Again by the Bee Gees. Yes.
I said that.
We started the game of Win Poker with that. Barbara's interesting. Barbara, stop tweeting and phoning. I live in Cyprus and I found Eric in a wheelie bin. Oh, dear. Do they still have rabies on the continent? Because that would the Brexiteers, if they really wanted to get more votes, they should have played the rabies card.
Is there a stray dog problem still in Cyprus? 'Cause
don't approach the animals that's got rabies.
I used to live with a French woman in Paris, and she had a dog that she'd rescued from Cyprus, and it was the weirdest dog in the world.
Yeah.
I took it out for a walk once. I think it was agoraphobic.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I took it out for a walk, and it virtually hugged the walls all the way around.
A wall hugger,
Yeah, he didn't like it at all. And it used to come in my room,
Sorry?
and the only reason it used to come in my room was to drag its bum along my
worms.
rug.
That's worms.
Yeah.
That's worms.
But it used to do it in a defiant way, looking me in the eye all the way across the...
As you know, I hate dogs. I hate dogs. I have one and I hate it. I hate that dog. I'll bring her in again one night.
I like her. She's quite sweet.
She stinks.
Well, that's dogs.
She stinks, she's fat and she's annoying.
Apart from that, though.
Apart from that, we get on great. It's like having a really difficult 3-year-old for 15, 16 years. That's what it's like. But more expensive and more annoying. I'm taking a couple of nights off next week. Thursday and Friday I'm taking off. And I'm pre-recording the Virgin show. I'm going to record that on Wednesday. I must email and get that sorted out. Because I'm taking the boys away on my own for a couple of... First,
Are you going to take the dog too?
Well, it did occur to me, because we're going to go to the New Forest, but no, I can't be bothered. But it just dawned on me. Again, this comes from listening to the Elvis Costello autobiography, which I'm absolutely loving. I've ordered a best of. Let's see if the music stands up. But he talks about the first time he took his son away on holiday, and I thought, oh, I've not taken my boys away on my own, and my wife has, you know, and
so they're quite used to it.
So they're used to it, but I've not taken them away on my own. That's outrageous. So I've booked off next Thursday and Friday, and I did look. And I'm going to take them away Thursday, come back Monday, and I did look at going to Centre Parks. Mm-hmm. Right, I thought, well, I'll enjoy Centre Parks. It is, unless they're advertising with us, in which case it's a bargain. But it is quite expensive, the old Centre Park.
Don't get the impression it's like a, holiday camp scenario.
Well, I thought it was like a holiday camp.
It's a luxury holiday.
Yeah, I thought it was like a holiday camp. So for the 4 nights, for the 3 of us, it's about 850 quid. Then you've got to spend another 50 quid if you want your chalet. And the chalets look lovely, but if you want your chalet to be closer to the activity. So it's 900 quid. And I was about to click on book, right? And I just had a little thing in the back of my head. Thought, I wonder if the activities are included or not. And I'm so glad I checked, because some of the activities are. You get access to the pool. You know, the pool is the main thing, right?
Right. My friend is a cleaner at Centre Parks, and they get free passes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And so we went one day. We were going to go to the spa, me and about 4 other women.
Yeah.
But in the end, we just had to go on the water slides all afternoon, like kids, and it was brilliant. It was great fun.
And so that's free, and there are other free things to do, but everything else, you want to go bowling, costs. You want to go and play snooker, costs.
Yeah.
Archery for the kiddies, that costs. And some of them it's like £7 a kid. All right, that's fair enough. Some of it goes like 25, 30 quid, and I'm thinking, and you get like an hour, and I'm thinking, right, if that's £30 a kid. I'll probably have to pay as well. Let's assume I don't have to pay. So that's 60 quid an hour. And you're going to book 5 hours. Flipping heck. On top of the 900 quid. I backed out of that. I reversed out of that. And it's a shame, because it looks brilliant, actually. It looks absolutely brilliant. And it looks like a lot of fun. But I just thought, and I know it's because it's summer holidays, and so obviously the prices go up. And I know that that's a huge rip-off that all companies do. The rip-off of... Because we don't really take the boys on summer holidays, because normally they fly out to a Greek island for a month. So we're paying for a flight to Zakynthos, which is pretty cheap. And then they're staying with an aunt for a month, so we're not paying for the hotel. So we're kind of out of touch with that world. So I know that all companies do that horrific markup during the summer holidays. And so it will cost a lot more. But I did just think, for 4 days in Centre Parks, that is gonna, and food, got to feed them as well. It's gonna, that's gonna easily hit 1,300 quid. Easily.
So you could take him to Magaluf for that, couldn't you?
Well, you could do. So, I didn't. So I've booked a cottage in the New Forest, and I'm gonna take him pony hunting. Gonna hunt wild ponies. You can get pony sausages, can't you? Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do that. And I think here's my thinking. They'll be excited. And day 1 will be great fun, the journey and all of that. By about 11 o'clock on the morning of day 2, they'll be They'll be angry with me, and they'll be missing their mum, and there'll be tears. That's what I reckon.
You reckon?
I think so. I think
just keep them moving. The fresh air will knock them out.
No. Secret weapon. I'm taking Calpol and gin.
Oh.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I am taking Calpol and gin with me. That's a joke, guys. Before I send a Twitter army on you. But we'll do fun things. We'll go to the thing. We're near a beach, so we're near Bournemouth, I think. So we'll go to Bournemouth, and we'll go to the New Forest, and we'll go horse riding, and we'll go steam trains. There's steam trains there. And this actually ties into a story I found here. This is an incredible story. There is nothing more exciting than eating sandwiches from a packed lunch on a steam train. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. Who was it we had? Was it yesterday? Someone phoned up and they said they. No, where was it? Where was it when I was talking to someone? And they said that for their mum's birthday, they'd booked her a trip on a train. Was that here?
I don't remember that.
What have I done? That wasn't here. What have I done where I've actually spoken to real people that wasn't here? Anyway, listen to this. A young boy almost fell to his death through a gaping hole in a moving tourist train. The terrifying near miss came when the lad went to the toilet. He opened the door and found there was no floor with the carriage wheels exposed below.
Where was this?
This was here in this country. Imagine you open the toilet door. And could you just open it and you step in? If you'd have gone straight through onto the track and the train was moving.
Here's a trap train.
His mum managed to grab him and narrowly stopped him slipping onto the tracks.
Oh, my God.
The youngster suffered minor bruising and he and his mum were both treated for shock. I bet they were. South Devon Railway said it was taking the incident extremely seriously. And the Rail Accident Investigation Branch... No, they've done that wrong, because that's not a word. You want it to be Rail Accident Investigation Legislature. Rail. There you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's what you want. Has launched a probe. Do you remember when I'm always fascinated by acronyms?
Acronyms.
What's an acronym?
What's a what?
An acronym.
Do you mean an anachronism?
What's an acronym?
What are you saying?
I don't understand what the... Hello? What's an acronym?
But you're putting an extra in it.
I'm not putting anything in it.
You are.
What is an acronym?
An acronym, I don't know. An acronym...
What's an acronym?
Is a word... Is the initials...
Yes.
Of an organisation or body that's been deliberately made to spell out
Well, do you remember when we had at the BBC, Ray, I'll come to you after the news, we had a woman on from NICE.
NICE, yeah.
And,
the National
Institute
for...
Well, it
was Clinical Excellence.
No,
but then they changed it and didn't change the NICE bit.
No, they changed it from the National Institute of Health and Clinical Excellence. And I always wondered why they didn't put the H after and make it niche. But then they did change it. And do you remember we had a woman on, and it was a really boring interview about, I don't know, medicines or something.
Why they wouldn't pay for something.
And I said to her, before you go, one final question. Did NICE come up with the word and work backwards, or was it just a happy coincidence? Silence. Sorry, what do you mean? Well, the word NICE, right? National Institute of Clinical Excellence, right? Did you have the word NICE and work backwards to get those or did you just say, right, well, we are going to be the National Institute of Clinical Excellence? Oh, that spells nice. Nothing from her at all. Nothing. It's like the first hour in Newcastle. Silence. Absolute nothing from her. Miserable. An initial report said workers had removed flooring in the toilet as they repaired the brakes on the ageing former British rail carriage. South Devon. Staff had put up a notice on the compartment door in the fourth carriage and attempted to secure it, but the boy and his mother managed to open the door. At the times, the steam train was travelling from Totnes Riverside to Buckfastleigh at about 20 miles per hour. They issued a statement on the day in question. Something clearly went wrong, and our safety control and hazard monitoring systems, as evidenced by the incident having taken place. It simply should have not happened. Why do they do these statements? Why don't they just come out and go, man, we are we screwed up. This is such a bad screw up. We nearly killed a kid. We are going to give them. We are so sorry, man. We didn't have a floor in the toilet, and there's no excuse for that.
Well, it sounds like there was a sign on the door, but they managed to get the door open anyway. That was the bad, wasn't it? It wasn't the not putting the floor back in. It was the not locking the door. Just great though. If I ran a company and we screwed up, like American Airlines, but that always takes the wind out of the sails.
When they pulled that man off, they should have just gone and go, I swear to God, this is terrible. I'm so remember Rex Hupke, the writer, he did that. Anyway, we're going off on tangents. Right, we'll come to you in a bit, dear listener. Another hour of it's quite a gentle show this evening. I'm fine with that. 0344 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Another hour of this nonsense to continue. Ray, you'll be the first call after midnight. You could be joining him. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome. And because I said I would, I'm going to talk right up to the news, which starts now.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with fire up. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone past with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine. It's a death-defying life I lead. I take my chances. I die for living in the movies and TV. But the hardest thing I ever do is watch my leading ladies kiss some other guy while I'm bandaging my knee. I might fall from a tall building, I might roll a brand new car, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that made Redford such a star. I've never spent much time in school, but I taught ladies plenty. It's true, I hire my body out for pay. Hey, hey, I've gotten burned over Cheryl Teague's, blown up for Raquel Welch. But when I wind up in the hay, it's only hay. Hey, hey, I might jump an open drawbridge or Tarzan from a vine, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that makes Eastwood look.
There we go.
So fine.
I've got one. All right. Hey, poker. Songs with hey in. Hey with the Monkeys. Boom.
Okay. Hey, baby.
There we go. The unknown stuntman. By him there. It's got hey in. Hey.
It's not spelt the same.
Oh, shut up. Of course it's spelt the same. Hey. He's doing in hey.
Okay.
Hey. He's doing a joke.
All right. Hey, what's wrong with you?
What's that?
Got to turn around. Fats and Smalls.
Hey, you riot policeman. Have you got the time? I don't know. I'm singing the Frank Sidebottom version.
All right. I'll believe you.
Yeah.
Hey, you, get off my cloud.
Yeah, we go. That's it. Okay. This is more like it. This has got legs. Hey, Jude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey there, you with the sad face. Come up to my place and live it up.
I want to say Uptown Girl.
No, that's more of a whoa.
Yeah. Hang on, no. Hey, don't stop the carnival.
Okay. Hey now, don't dream it's over.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home?
Weird. Is that a song?
The stalking song. It's Bruce Springsteen.
Mm.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home?
Okay. Oh, I had one then. Where's it gone?
Looks like I'm going to win.
No, you're not.
5 seconds.
Oh. Hey. Goodbye. That one.
I'm going to need a little bit more.
That one that goes na 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 na. Hey, goodbye.
Okay.
I've got a brilliant one.
All right, mate. Calm down.
A brilliant one.
Calm down. Hey. Let's take a call. We've got
stalling.
calls. No, we'll stall them.
A stall call.
Mate, it's a phone-in show. It's not one of those phone-in shows where they go, you can phone in and then they don't take any calls for 2 hours.
Hello, caller. I hope you know you're being used.
Ray's not being used. I'm not using
totally
Ray.
used.
There's no Ray. Ignore her.
How does that
Ray.
make you feel as a person, Ray? Used.
Unbelievable. This happened last night as well.
Hello.
Muffled Ray.
Sorry, Ray. Are you calling us from the 1980s?
Don't say the phone's not working again.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, we can hear you there.
So I've now got to sit still and not move.
Well, yeah, I guess. Until they invent telephones that actually can make phone calls.
But I thought the last few times I called in, there was not a problem.
Well, this time there is. Hey, and your phone does this as well, Kath. My iPhone, doesn't tell me when I've got messages, or if mine doesn't even ring sometimes. I saw with my phone that someone had rung me, but it didn't ring.
Mine does that, and then I'll get a message sort of 3 weeks later saying that I've missed a call.
Yeah,
Rubbish.
Exactly. Hate phones.
Anyway, Ray, back to you.
Do you know why it is, though? I found this out recently regarding text messages.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, on the iPhone, if you send what I always thought was a text message, if I'm at home, it's sent over the internet because I'm on my home internet.
So it'll be blue instead of green, yes?
Yeah, so if I'm sending it to, say, my son or daughter that's not at home and they're out and about, they don't get it until they get home.
That is incorrect data.
How do you mean?
Well, it will, no, you will know if they've not received it because it will not say underneath it delivered. Delivered means it's on their phone.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but I didn't know that, so I used to send them texts, or what I thought were texts.
But they'll still get, they'll still get it even if they're out and about.
I don't, not if I've sent it.
Well, then their phones are crap.
I think they're having you on, Ray.
Ray, they're just ignoring you, mate. They don't want to talk to Dad. They'll still get it if they're out and about because it'll be on like 3G or something, or it will turn up as a text message.
No, you've actually got to send it as a text message.
No.
It's true.
No, Ray.
It's not.
My children do that to me.
It converts automatically.
It's literally not true.
No, it doesn't, because when I look at my phone, you're right, it doesn't show as being delivered.
Right, okay, well then...
Ray.
I think
Why don't they want to talk to you, Ray?
They're winding you up.
Then why would they do that?
The worst thing is, and most people now know how to turn it off, but it's set so that it will also show what time the message was read. And so you could see someone's read a message. You go, well, hang on a minute. They read that at 2:31 and it's now nearly 3. Why the hell haven't they replied? But not everyone knows that feature is there, so they don't know that.
Yeah,
but
I discovered it because you told me.
I did.
Thanks for pointing that out.
But Ray, your kids are lying to you. Anyway, what have you got for us?
Well, this wasn't why I was ringing in, but just as I was on hold, you said something, and I feel because I worked for this company in the early 90s, I've got to say you're not right. You mentioned that the person who got dragged off the plane was from American Airlines.
Okay.
But it wasn't. It was United Airlines.
Well, I'm glad we've cleared that up.
You know, you might have people thinking, "Oh, how dare he's."
Well, no, we've only had
He's having a go at the wrong
there's
airline.
only you thinking that.
No, it's true. No, it was a United Airlines flight.
That's okay, great. Well, that's fantastic. What have you called in for?
Well, only because I've been out tonight, and this is a compliment. I hope you take it this way. But,
Hang on a minute. Anyone who says "I hope you take it this way," you know that it's going to be a punch to the stomach.
I'm saying this with
no,
love.
No, not at all.
Okay.
You know when you miss the start of a TV program or start of a film, and then you can sort of catch up.
Your
and
phone
watch
is
to the end.
Your phone is go back to where you were because your phone is
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
not really. No.
Oh, for friggin' sake! What about now?
Yes.
That's fine.
Right, I'm not going to move. So you know when you start watching a TV show or a film, but you're sort of 10 minutes late into it, but you can sort of catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, tonight I was sort of out with friends, so I sort of turned on. I think it must have been about 20 to 12.
Yes.
And this has happened before. If I haven't listened from the start, I have no idea what's frigging gone on, and it takes me about 20 minutes.
Yes.
And it's weird. The first two calls were Paul. Well, no, Paul was the second call.
Galen.
And then the guy before him, I switched on literally a minute before him.
Yes.
And then
I
I was
switched
on the
off for a
phone thinking, and I was thinking, what is going on?
Yes.
And so that is why your show is so unique, because if you don't listen from the start, God, heaven forbid anyone coming in late doors.
Listen, let me tell you a secret. Listening from the start is no key to success either.
Really.
Because we didn't have a clue what Galen was on about.
Oh, okay. Well, that's it then. That's my contribution.
Right, thank you very much. It's always appreciated. Thank you very much indeed. Hey, Joe! Where you gonna go with that gun in your hand?
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey! Hey, Mickey!
Hey, a good looking. What you got cooking? You know who sang that? George Clooney's aunt.
Oh, Rosemary.
Yeah, we go, you see. Yep.
Okay. Hey, Mambo Italiano. She also sang that.
Hey, you, the Rocksteady crew. Show 'em what you do. Make a break, make a move.
Thanks to Johnny on Twitter for that. You cheat.
No, I'm not cheating. Has he sent that? I didn't see it. I'm not looking at
I
Twitter.
resisted because I'm bigger than that.
Johnny, don't send it to her as well. Crying out loud.
Okay, what about... Hey, just... no, that's staying it.
Let's take a break while Catherine embarrasses herself.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Have you got one, Kath?
Yeah.
Go.
Hey, sister, go, sister, soul, sister, go, sister.
Of course, has performed on Fever Pitch. Is that what it's called?
Well, I mean, this is feeling a lot like Fever Pitch.
Glenn!
Yeah.
We're going to go after you. We're going to go to David Badcock, and I'm holding off because I just want him to calm down a bit. He's getting very, very angry on Facebook.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to hold. We're going to come to you in a bit, David, but I want you to do some breathing exercises or something. Would that be okay?
Hurry up. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Just calm down, David, because I don't want to put you to air. I know you're a hothead. And I don't want to put you to air while you're angry because you'll say something that we'll both regret, okay?
Well, deal with this clown and get on with it, please.
That's rude to Glenn.
Sorry, okay.
Are you okay, Glenn? Sorry about that. David, just calm down, buddy, okay?
Right.
Thank you. Glenn?
Did you think of the Billy Idol song, Hey Little Sister, What Have You Done?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have that one, thanks. Hey little sister, what have you done?
Have this one then. I said hey, ha, the heavy to the heavy, say ba ho ba Mojave and the boogie and the riggedy.
Okay, I've got one.
Go on. Glenn's, hang on a minute. Clear a space. Glenn wants to come and sit at the poker table with the grown-ups. Away you go, Glenn.
The Smash Mouth song, Hey Now, You're a Rock Star.
Okay.
Okay, you want to do kid songs as well, that's fine. Hey ya, by Outcast.
Hey, you got to hide your love away.
No, I'm defeated.
Is that it, Glenn?
You spent?
It's not what I called, but that's all I have. And,
Oh, man.
Pathetic. Okay,
Hey,
Glenn.
Jude.
What have you got? Sorry?
Hey, Jude.
We've done that one.
All right.
Glenn.
I didn't really have a reason to call. I got made redundant today, so I just thought I'd call up and say hello.
Oh, no! Did you know it was coming?
No, it was a surprise at 9 o'clock this morning.
Oh, man. So what happened? Did you get a letter, a text, a phone call?
I got a politician's speech in an office at 9 o'clock about budget cuts and this, that, and the other. And
Oh, mate. I'm sorry. That is lousy. Were there others that got the boot today?
whole team, people with kids, you know, and yeah.
I'm really sorry to hear that, man. That is terrible, terrible news. What did you go home straight away? Did you have to work the day out? What happened?
No, they were good. They gave us the day off paid to think about things, and so we all got a big lunch. But in a testament to you, the first thing I thought of was, I'm going to phone Iain tonight and just have a little moan.
Oh, man. Well, you moan away as much as you want. How long had you been there for?
Nearly 5 years.
Oh, Glenn, that is absolutely lousy, and there's nothing I'm going to say is going to make you feel any better. What happens next then?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to move back with my father, and I'll just job hunt from there, I suppose. But I don't know. I'll try and enjoy the summer, and then I'll go back to being a grown up. I guess.
You say move back to your father. How does that feel as a prospect?
Weird, because it would be like being a teenager again. But he's a wonderful man, and I spoke to him on the phone today, and he was very loving and accommodating and supportive. So it'll be odd, but it'll hopefully just be a rest stop.
Yeah. And have you got any leads for work? Any people that you can kind of tap up a bit?
I've joined that LinkedIn that all the kids are doing.
Oh God! Hang on a second. Please don't send me an invite. I think I've managed to stop I went through a period of just getting emails all the time. Such and such would like to invite you to join LinkedIn.
Really? But you're an entertainer. I thought that was just for like...
No! For some reason, I think it's because it's one of those things that used to, I don't know if it still does, but it kind of, it gets into your emails and it emails everybody. Everybody.
I mean, I'd rather just listen to you and laugh at you rather than work for you. So
I'm a terrible boss, Glenn.
I can vouch for that.
Oh no!
Shut up, man. If you were my boss.
No, I've never been over anybody. I don't think. I don't think I've ever been had responsibility like that. At the age of 44. Do you know what I might do when I get home tonight? I might record another episode of the podcast when I get home. Are you
feeling the urge?
Well, something.
Go on, Glenn.
I don't know if you're coming to Edinburgh or not, but if you could bring your podcast that you both do to Glasgow, that'd be great. But if you come to Edinburgh, I'll come along.
Well, we're not coming to the Edinburgh Festival. We were talking to some people about coming and doing a couple of shows at the Edinburgh Festival, and that is not happening now. Just because
the dates didn't work.
The dates didn't work, and because we could only do weekends, and then there were birthdays throughout that month for both of us, and it was a little bit tricky. So we're not doing that. But I have decided that we are going to do a tiny little tour of the United Kingdom. When I say tiny, I'm sort of thinking maybe 9 dates. We're looking at Wolverhampton, we're looking at Bournemouth, at Brighton, at Bath, places primarily beginning with B. But it would be foolish of us not to do one in Scotland. So we'll have a look into it, Glenn, 'cause that would be nice. It'd be tricky now. I'm doing the show on Sundays, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible.
If you came to Glasgow, you'd literally have all my mates, all 3 of them.
Well, with the greatest respect, Glenn, your mates—they're all out of work now, and they won't have much. They won't have much money, you see. And I'm teasing. Glenn, listen, honestly, I've said nothing to offer you any comfort, but you have said something to offer me comfort. The fact that you thought about phoning us up and sharing that means a lot to both me and Kath. So thank you, Glenn, and I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Oh, man alive. That sucks. Now, David.
Well, that was nice, wasn't it?
Sorry?
Oh.
That was lovely.
Have you mellowed?
What do you mean lovely? The fella's lost his job today.
You're
You're saying it's lovely that a poor bloke has been stood up in the workplace, humiliated by his boss, and fired. He's got to go and live back with his dad. That's your idea of a lovely phone call?
No. Actually,
what kind of warped, twisted mind are you?
I was being sarcastic, actually, at the sycophancy.
So hang on a minute. You think it's appropriate to be sarcastic?
Yes.
About?
Yes, I do actually.
What's chafing your cheeks, David? What's the matter?
I'll tell you what's chafing my cheeks.
Go on.
I'm furious.
Go on.
At people who don't take my career seriously and constantly tell me that ghosts don't exist.
Career.
You're not helping, Ian. You're not helping.
I have put 3 months of dedicated hard work into this career.
How much do you get paid for this career?
Absolutely diddly squit.
There we go. Diddly, I think it's diddly squat, but
Okay, well, squit's worse.
So I do it just purely as a passion. And when I get...
So it's a hobby?
When I get jabronis saying jabronis saying that ghosts aren't real, it makes me flipping angry.
It's a jabroni.
I want to know what a jabroni is. I don't want.
It's not funny.
No, it's not funny. So who has been, by the way, 0344 499 1000, if you want to phone up and either agree with David that ghosts are real or be a jabroni and tell him that ghosts are not real, we'll put you straight through. So who has been saying these bad things and what exactly have they said, David?
I was having a chat with my friend Frank Kelly.
Yes.
Well, I say friend.
Sorry. Is it Frank Kelly or Frank Kelly?
Frank Kelly.
Frangeli.
Hang on a minute. Are you saying Frank Kelly or Frank Kelly?
Frank Kelly. Frank Kelly.
I'm confused. I'm
friend Kelly.
Is it your friend Kelly or are you saying? I thought you were saying Frank Kelly, or it's Frank Kelly.
Frank Kelly.
Okay.
Frank Kelly. Okay. Well, I'm glad we've cleared that up. Okay. So what was Frank Kelly saying?
Well, I catch the bus to sign on with him, and he was.
Career's going well then. Yes.
Listen, I can take my gloves. I can put my gloves on with you if you like.
I've got my kid gloves on with you.
Right.
Leave it, David. It's not worth it.
You're a calming influence, Kathleen. I will. You can give me my coat back.
Well, I'm frightened of what might happen if I do.
Kathleen.
Right. What?
Go on. Tell him.
Just tell us what happened, because I'm getting bored of this. I'm yay close to cutting you off.
Right, but Frank Kelly.
Who?
Frank Kelly.
Yes, Frank
says. I was talking about my ghost experiences and talking to you and everything about it.
Yes.
And he said, "You do realise ghosts aren't real, right?"
Oh dear.
And I nearly spat my humbug out at his face.
Wow.
And we had a blazing row on the bus, and I didn't talk to him all the way home.
Wowzers.
Did that convince him of supernatural life?
Well, of course he didn't. He's pig-headed.
Mm.
And I've come on tonight because I'm fed up, and if anybody wants to come on and tell me that ghosts are not real, then I will give them a bunch of fives verbally.
Right.
David.
So,
he's got his gander up.
So, can I just say, having hosted phone-in shows on the radio for about 15 years, threatening people with violence as an attempt to goad them into calling is not usually the best the best bait to lay for them, David.
Right.
Let's see. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to call, what we'll do, you just sit back for a few minutes, Sam. What we'll do is we will take calls straight to air, and you can either phone up and offer David Badcock support.
Badcock!
Or you can speak sense to him and tell him that ghosts don't exist. We'll do that. Tell you what, you stay there, David. We'll take a break.
Right.
And then we'll come back and we'll see what people say, yeah?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You can speak to ghost enthusiast, fantasist, and angry man David Badcock, and argue whether ghosts exist. We'll take calls straight to air. I'm going to be honest, David, it's not exactly set the phone lines alight.
Well, I'll tell you why, because they're running scared.
Okay, well, let's we've got a couple of calls. Line 2, you're through to David.
Go.
Hi, it's not me. Right, David. Just wondering, why don't we ever see any Neanderthal or ghosts? You know, Stone Age ghosts.
Shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Next.
Well, no,
Oh, no.
no, come on a minute. He asked, what's your name, caller?
Lester.
Lester. He asks a good question. Why don't we see Neanderthal ghosts? They're always like Elizabethan, aren't they?
Not always.
And why do they, surely ghosts shouldn't wear clothes either?
Good point, Lester. And also, David, I've never seen a black ghost.
Right. These are all very personal cases. Just because you haven't seen a Neanderthal ghost doesn't mean that they don't exist. Have you ever actually seen a Neanderthal?
Let's go to line 4. 4, you're through to David.
Ended.
Hello, caller.
David, ghosts don't exist.
You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Next.
No, is that the best argument you've got?
You can't reason with these jabronis.
Don't exist.
Prove it.
You prove it. You're the one saying they do.
Prove it. Prove it, wise guy.
Lunatic.
You're a lunatic. Bring it on.
You're the one trying to be a wise guy. I'm just dealing with facts.
What's your name? Where are you coming from, caller?
Coming from. What is your name and where are you coming from?
I'm calling from the haunted. I'm calling from the haunted manor.
Right. Next.
Okay, it's got.
Well, I think I'm 2-0 up so far.
Well, you've certainly got a very solid line of defence.
I've never seen. I've never seen a Chinese ghost.
No.
Just because you haven't doesn't mean that that's only. Have you ever been to China?
Yes, I have actually.
Right. Was it at night?
I was there during a couple of nights. Yes.
Right. Did you sleep at all during that trip?
I slept a bit. Yeah.
Who's to say they didn't come out when you were asleep? Next.
Oh, he's destroyed you there.
Next.
Nice one, David.
Thanks, Kathleen. Right, 3-0 to Babcock. It's a ruddy hat trick.
Don't know why you're laughing. It's embarrassing.
0344 499 1000. Katie, I know you've not called in to speak to David, but what are your thoughts on ghosts?
Hello?
Yes.
Me too.
Katie, I know you've not called in to speak specifically to David, but I wondered what your thoughts on ghosts were.
I believe, I don't know, I think he's a bit nuts, if I can say that. And he wasn't prepared to answer a question.
Yeah.
I do believe that in negative spirits or negative environments, which somebody could relate to as a ghost, but
Julie Holly Brewer show.
you know, I don't believe that. You're absolutely right. You can't see a Chinese ghost or a Japanese ghost, or it's a bit ludicrous what you're saying.
I've got to say, I've never seen a white ghost either.
Well, any ghost, yeah.
Oh, it's all just one big joke, isn't it? It's all just one big joke.
Hang on a second.
No. So, what's your name?
David Babcock.
David.
Babcock.
But have you seen any Neanderthal ghosts or anything like that? Have you seen any caveman ghosts? Or why is it always involving kind of Victorian ghosts or something?
Right. Quick history lesson here. What's your name? Sorry, where'd you come from?
What does it matter where I come from? My name's Katie.
Right, Katie, settle down. Right.
Settle down? Okay, go on.
I don't live in a cave, okay?
I know. Okay, go on.
Next.
You can't answer any question. My question to you is, why haven't you seen any caveman ghosts? I do believe in spirits.
And my answer is I don't live in a cave.
Is that your answer? What do you mean next? Keep saying next. Like you can't answer any question, so what are you talking about?
It's like, right, if cavemen, by their very name, live in caves, and I don't live in a cave, how the flipping heck do I see a cave ghost?
No, but sweetheart, you're talking about ghosts. Have you ever seen a caveman ghost, or have you ever seen a Chinese ghost, or have you seen any? Why is it going to be Victorian all the time, or why can't people see ghosts from a different past?
You're a lovely lass, but very much like a pencil in a protractor. We're going round in circles.
No, but you're not, because you're not answering the question, so you're going round in circles.
Do I live in a cave?
No, I didn't ask that. Why don't people see ghosts as cavemen or, anything else? Why is it just going to be a certain era? That's all I'm asking you. I'm not saying you live in a cave. Can you answer that? Or you just tell me to move on?
If you let me speak.
I will.
Right. Cave, and I'm going to say this once more, and then either you or I will have to leave.
I think it'd probably be you. Go on.
Right. Cave men and women, not sexist, lived in caves in the Arctic Peninsula.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
So, how on God's green earth, a man who lives in a flat on his own, am I going to see a caveman or woman?
But this is the point, because a caveman was from the past. So if there's a ghost, if anybody, why can't you see or feel a spirit from a caveman?
We've got a historian, Ian. Yes.
But you're not answering any of my questions.
Ask me another one.
Why? You can't answer that one.
I've answered it 6 times now, and I'm getting quite tired.
All right, well, why don't you hang up then? Because you can't answer any question.
This is my... I'm taking them up next. Ian, next.
Katie.
Yes.
I thought you handled yourself with aplomb there.
Thank you.
You handled yourself with aplomb. It's good, isn't it? I'm sorry. I thought he was going to go somewhere, and he didn't have a cohesive argument. He's
not answering, is he?
He's not answering at all. He's gone now. You're far more interesting to talk to. Katie, what have you called in about?
The reason I called in...
Ian, hello, pleased to meet you.
I know, but the last time I called, I'm really sorry, because I kept calling you Lee all the time. It was very annoying for you, I'm sure, because I had a few to drink.
There we go.
But I just wanted to say that I went to see you and Kath at the Rabbit Hole in Newcastle.
What?
And it was flipping brilliant.
Oh, there was a long pause there. There was a long gap.
My words. And I put a tweet on, and it was so funny. And I sent you a tweet, and Catherine a tweet about how funny it was, and I laughed. my dad passed away recently, and I haven't laughed for a long time. It was so funny, and I actually cried with laughter.
Oh, I saw we didn't speak afterwards, though, did we, Katie?
No, we shook hands, we said hello, but I was the woman at the front with my boyfriend.
Oh!
With the dark hair?
You were the swingers?
Yes. I was that woman there, the annoying one.
Oh! No, not annoying. You were the one that was up for an orgy.
Yeah, absolutely. Not really. But I was,
Katie.
yeah.
Oh, well, no, we saw you. Here's the thing, right? Me and Kath, we're still not totally convinced, right, that this show, The Rabbit Hole, is a goer. We're still not totally convinced because we
really okay.
Yeah, and we came off after the first half, and we sank into the dressing room chairs, going, "Oh my God, this is going so badly."
No.
And because it's not a comedy show or a stand-up comedy show where you know where the laughs are going to be, and we just thought, oh God, people hate it. And the second half we thought was stronger, and we came out with kind of renewed purpose and stuff like that. But to hear you say that, Katie, and that means so much. And we are so thrilled that you came and you dragged your fella along, I'm guessing.
I think he dragged me along.
Oh, did he? Oh, really?
Yeah, because he watches it every night. He listens to you every night.
Oh.
And I've rang him before, and I've been a little bit tiddly, and I've been probably a bit obnoxious, and he's cut me off quite a few times. And I was like, oh, God, no, I'm not quite sure if I like it. Oh. But that, honestly, it was really funny. It was brilliant.
Thank you.
And when we went to the bar, you know, when you went off at the half.
The interval,
the interval. I was speaking to some people at the bar, and I was like, he's really funny. Sorry, Catherine, as well as you. Really funny. And you've got this natural, beautiful, natural ability just to kind of chat to each other. And it was really funny. Everyone loved it. And I think you should come back to Newcastle again.
We will. We had such a great weekend. I'm not joking about that food either. Man alive. We ate like kings and queens there. Do you know what? Hearing that from you, Katie, and we came away pleased, but a little bit unsure. But hearing that, and the lovely words you said about your dad as well, that really means a lot. So thank you. And I'm sorry for your loss.
And come back to Newcastle, okay?
All right, we will do. If there's an orgy going, we're there.
Hurrah!
Katie, nice to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Guys.
Bye-bye. There we go. Wasn't that delightful?
Gosh.
Wasn't that delightful?
That was her.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
There were a couple of other listeners and callers that were there, and there was one, cause I know someone tweeted and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't stick around, but I had to go off somewhere." And there were a couple of others. We did after that first half. We both went, well, this isn't going very well.
Yeah, because I always feel sorry for the people who get dragged along because, I know what it's like to try and sell something you're really into, but for other people it's a bit of an unknown quantity, and it's not a stand-up show.
Yep.
And it essentially is just hanging out with us, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And, thank you. That has enthused me and inspired me, Katie. It's a really lovely call. And again, I'm really sorry for the loss of your dad. That's, it's terribly sad, but the fact that, maybe we, for a few minutes, we helped you, take you somewhere else. That means a lot. And the first of the Newcastle shows will go out Thursday morning, I'm guessing, will it, Catherine?
Absolutely.
The first of them.
I'll sort it out tomorrow morning.
And by the way, you don't know what we're talking about. It's a Rabbit Hole podcast. You can find it on iTunes and Acast. By the way, the timing of that last call, if anyone was there or watched it on Periscope, it's a phone-in show that we do on Skype, right? And we do it in front of an audience. And the second half gone quite well, and that we'd had a call, and it was I can't remember what it was, but the last call we had was really, really funny. I thought, this is a perfect, and it was 7:00, it was time to clear up. I went, this is a perfect way to end it. And I was hovering, the little arrow was hovering over quit Skype, and then an unknown, withheld number came up, and I was thinking, this is a punt, because we finished on a strong call. Maybe. Oh, go on then. Sir Tony Robinson. It was Tony Robinson
Isn't
phoned
that
up.
funny? Since coming in, Tony Robinson's become a bit of a friend of the show, hasn't he?
I would say stalker. But he said, listen, Ian, I follow you on Twitter. You've been a bit down recently. Cheer up, Lee. God, it was so lovely. It was so lovely.
He's such a nice man.
He really, really is. That won't be in the one that gets released this week. That'll be a few weeks down the line.
Yeah.
But. Thank you. And we will come back to Newcastle because we did have a great time. We'll get the train next time.
The plane.
Or the plane.
Isn't it funny, though, sometimes you go through periods in your life and it's not until you have a really good laugh that you realise that you haven't laughed for ages.
Yeah. Yeah, that was well. That call, Kate, is very kind. Thank you. Right, 0344 499 1000. The last 15 minutes or so of the show. This is Talk Radio.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Has your internet gone down?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. No.
What's the matter, you? Hey! Why you looking so sad? Hey! It's not so bad. Hey! It's a nicer place. Ah, shut up at your face.
Okay. Okay, hang on. You sprung that on me. That's not fair.
There we go. I've not sprung it on you. We've been playing this stupid game for the last 45 minutes.
I know, but I've relaxed, and that's not fair. My brain has relaxed out of the hay.
Your sphincter has relaxed.
Okay. Hey there, lonely girl.
You can't just make up a song.
It's not made up.
Right, first of all...
Hey there, lonely girl.
Hey.
It's not a song.
No, I'm just kicking the word around. I'm rolling it around on my tongue.
On your what?
My tongue. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it's full of R's.
Oh. A saucy one for late in the day.
There's got to be another Beatles one. There's got to be.
Oh, of course.
Another Beatles one. No. I think we might be out of Hey songs.
Checking Twitter.
No, I'm not checking, mate. I'm multitasking. I'm monitoring all the ways people can input and interact with the show, because it's a radio show. It's not just a silly competition between me and you where I have to beat you about getting songs with Hayes in. I bet Barbie Girl's got Hay in it somewhere.
No.
I bet it has.
Hasn't.
I bet it has, actually.
It's not.
I bet it has. Right, we're going to listen to it. I bet.
Oh, come on, Barbie, let's go party. No, it doesn't.
Shut up, you muppet. I bet it has. Here we go. Right, we'll have a listen to it. I bet it has.
You can't put this forward as your entry when you don't know.
No, I do know. I bet it has. There we go.
Hey, Ken. Hi, Ken.
Hiya, Bobby.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go for a ride?
Sure, Ken.
Jump in.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Oh, no.
In the Barbie world.
Oh, no, we're not listening to this whole thing.
Yeah, till we get the hay.
There isn't one.
You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life is plastic.
She's cuter than I remember.
She's
Lenny.
Lena.
Lenny.
No.
Lenny. John's on the line. Good evening, John.
Oh, hello, Ian. It's a pleasure to speak to you.
Hello, John. You're being very
I also
formal.
came to your rabbit hole in Newcastle.
You weren't the fella that was going to do
I
an
was the
orgy.
fella, yeah.
There we go, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. We've got the full gamut.
Well, I dragged Katie along, but as I've listened to your show quite a lot.
Oh. Well,
maybe
thank
for
you.
a year, perhaps.
Oh, well, thank you very much. How did you... I'm always intrigued. How did you discover it?
I think I saw one of your very first Facebook boosts.
Okay. Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure, but I don't know how it got to me. I'm not a fan of the beach. I don't know how Facebook works, but sometimes...
Well, I tried a little experiment, and I took out a few paid ads. And you can target different, people that like radio or like podcasts or like comedy or whatever. It paid off. That was £12 well spent.
It bought us a John.
It bought us a John and a Katie, ultimately.
What were the keywords you put in? Because I'm a luthier. I make guitars. I have done my own Facebook ads, so I put in things like The Who, Led Zeppelin, Nick Drake, that kind of thing, just to get people who play guitar interested.
Because I do wonder if those Facebook ads work, but you're living proof that it's worked for us at least.
Yeah.
But the Facebook is funny, because if you upload like a YouTube video or something, they'll kind of bury it.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, what you need to do is upload the video from your Mac or your PC or whatever.
To the Facebook page itself.
If you copy a link, they don't like that. They want raw, unvarnished ad copy. They want the whole...
You do wonder how the algorithms and the computer programs that are running in the background to push some things forward and hold some things back. It's a strange one. So do you make guitars, John?
I do, yes.
Wow.
Wesley guitars I used to do.
Wow.
I made 30,000. I think we sold 30,000 in 10 years.
Well, hang on. You didn't make 30,000 by hand.
Well, no, I spec'd them.
Right.
I had them made in the Far East and Korea and Indonesia.
Wow.
And China. I'm Fuskin, by the way. I send you tweets all the time and you ignore me.
Oh, okay. Nice one. Yes,
there is that weird thing where you look at, you search for a guitar, it might be a Gretsch or something, and then it follows you around wherever you go.
Yeah.
Your phone. It's like your phone's connected to your computer.
Yeah.
And
the advert pops up everywhere. You go on YouTube and the advert's there. You go on your Google Mail and the advert's there. It's very, very strange.
Yeah. I think that's how I found you. But really,
yes.
I wanted to talk to you because you had this thing a few weeks back.
Yes.
Sgt. Pepper's, okay?
Yes. Uh-oh.
It's kind of my... or everybody, Exile on Main Street. I love the Stones. Don't like that album very much.
No.
But I did kind of... And your Beach Boys One Pet Sounds, I think you can draw a circle around those. But...
Yes, come on.
The Who Sell Out, I think, is a fantastic album.
Oh, The Who Sell Out is a great album. It's got some great... That's the one with A Quick One While He's Away, isn't it?
No, that's... No.
Oh.
No. That's on one of the first...
Oh.
No, that's before that. So The Who Sell Out's a concept album.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all the adverts, isn't it? Baked beans and stuff.
Yeah. We've got the best cars here, Jaguar, all those ones. They're brilliant. Love it.
Here's the thing. I don't buy into the whole Quadrophenia thing. I like the film. The film was all right. I don't think the album's much cop.
Well, the problem with Quadrophenia, I found, every time you get the Quadrophenia album, there's different songs on it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why is that?
It's got the best Who song ever, and I have to go in a second, John, because I want to squeeze in 2 more calls, but it's got the best song the Who ever did, 5:15, which I think is absolutely fantastic. With that brass going up, and it's a great song.
All right, boys.
John, listen, I've got to go because we're coming to the end of the show.
Man. I love you.
I love you too, man. Thank you so much for coming. Let's go to Steve, who's also in Newcastle. Good evening, Steve.
Hiya.
Hello, Steve. We haven't got much time, mate. What you got?
Hi, Steve.
I've got 3 here songs.
Go on then.
Hey, Layla.
Oasis. No, hang on. Are you trying to sing the
Hey, Lola.
Are you trying to sing the Craig McLaughlin song?
Lola, sorry.
No, it's Hey Mona.
No, he's saying Oasis. Oasis did Hey Lola.
Oasis.
All right, I'm doing...
Hey, Lola.
Right, I'm doing Hey Mona.
Okay. Oh, I had one then.
Go on, Steve. You got another 2?
Hey, baby, baby.
I'm afraid
done that one.
We've had that one. You get cut off instantly for that. Neil, you are probably the last call of the evening. What have you got for us, sir?
Thanks for taking my call, and I'll leave the best till last. We've got Hey Mr. Tambourine Man.
Oh, Neil, come on!
I'm going to hit you with Hey Hey Into the Black by Neil Young.
Now, I'm not very good at song titles. I don't think I know that Neil Young one.
I'm not going to sing it because I play the drums and I can't hold a note while I sing, but put it on in the car on the way home and you will thank me on air tomorrow night.
Neil, thank you very much indeed. There we go. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man.
I've just remembered one that you're going to kick yourself over.
No, I will never kick myself.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Imani. Raindrops from the sun.
Literally no idea what you're talking about. You can't just make up songs.
Raindrops from the sun.
You can't just make up songs and go, well, that's...
Oh, I'm telling her, you said that.
I'm going to steal...
She'll kick your ass.
Now, listen. For the Virgin show, they want me to kind of look back at stories from the week, so I'm going to nick...
Hey.
Sorry? What? What are you talking about?
You don't pay for my services on Virgin.
I know, but I'm just saying...
So, don't be bouncing ideas off me.
I'm not bouncing ideas. I'm just saying I've got to remind myself to get in the habit of taking pages out of newspapers, and I'm taking that story, because I think that's
quite a Virgin one, isn't it?
It's quite a Virgin one. The Virgin show is happening this Sunday at 10 o'clock. But that is it, dear listener. That is your lot. Sam, thank you for taking the calls. He's allowed to do it on his own today. There was no grown-up watching him. And I think he did an excellent job.
He acquitted himself with great style and panache.
A plum just needs to learn how to turn that kettle on, and we will have the full gamut. That is it, dear listener. Thank you so much. Strange show tonight. Ups and downs, anger and from me and from some of the callers, and silliness and stupidity. I hope you appreciate the fact that the fun is back and we are being dumb. But there's also some kind of heavy stuff as well, and there was plenty of that. We will be back tonight at 10 o'clock, dear listener. Don't forget you can get the podcasts and all of those things on iTunes or talkradio.co.uk.